Welcome back to this week's Ohio Tech Report. It's another exciting week for tech and innovation in the Buckeye State. We're excited that you're joining, and today we are joined by Naveed at Dolr. Naveed, welcome. Thanks for being here. You second-time guest, I believe. But what's been new with you and Alex and the Dolr team since we last chatted?
Yeah, thanks, Chris. It's exciting to be back here. We're just full sending as usual. We've got some exciting news coming up in a couple of weeks, so I'll share more in a little bit, but let's go.
Cool. And we'll have to steal the full send. Maybe that's like the new way to start these things is like, let's full send it. So I love them. So today we have three interesting stories and a couple other kind of tie-ins, which we've been paying attention to them. But to start, we always do want to thank our sponsor, which is Zendesk. And Zendesk was built upon a simple idea: make customer service software that's easy to use and accessible to everyone. Their customer service and engagement products are powerful and flexible and scale to meet the needs of any business. They serve businesses across hundreds of industries with more than 145,000 paid customer accounts, offering service and support in more than 30 languages. Zendesk is headquartered in San Francisco, and they operate worldwide. If you go to zendesk.com, you can learn more. And as I say, the best customer experiences are built with Zendesk. So, Naveed, let's full send it. First story, and this is a fun one because obviously things like Intel in Ohio are, big in the news. But what I find interesting is it's tech, it's innovation, it's also manufacturing, something that Ohio has a rich and long and proud tradition in. So this is one out of Cleveland in Case Western Reserve. They have partnered to launch a smart manufacturing innovation center at their Sears Think Box. And this is going to be funded by the U.S. Department of Energy. And the center aims to help small and medium-sized manufacturers adopt transformative technologies. And I mean, when you think of small and medium-sized manufacturers, and including big ones, Intel we just mentioned is one example. What's more Ohio than that? Is building things, doing it here, but now having more opportunity to do the kind of the tech and innovation side to it as well.
I love it. I mean, more access for everybody, right? Like, we're already good at manufacturing. And it's super exciting. They have a 50,000 square foot space that's just dedicated to makers, right? Like, so looking forward to seeing what they do.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really cool. And that's an area, of course, that, all parts of Ohio, really this entire region as a whole, manufacturing is just so important. We've seen it over the past couple of years. We're reshoring, bringing some of these things, building them here at home. So, we don't have these supply chains that, are halfway across the globe. But I think Ohio's incredibly well positioned. So I love that, this is something that Ohio University do in Case Western, but we also have federal government support, which is really massive for these things because I'm not smart enough to do the tech that you do, Naveed, but to build tech, it takes money. And especially when there's a lot of these hard tech stuff, it's not cheap. But we're going to go on to story number 2. And this is a fun story about kind of venture, which you're in that space of startups and raising money. But Overlooked Ventures, which they have a Columbus presence, they landed Bank of America as their first institutional investor. And so this is great because, we know the importance of startup funding, or startups getting dollars and funding at that early stage especially. And so this is part of, I believe, Bank of America's $350 million nationwide commitment to back underrepresented entrepreneurs. And so Overlooked is in the process of raising this, but they've already started deploying, and their portfolio has grown to 8 startups around the country, 2 of which are already embarking on their second round. This comes from Carrie Ghosh at Columbus Business First and Columbus Inno, which we'll link in the stories. But Naveed, it's awesome, and you're someone that's actively in the tech, the startup space, and so this is really great to see, getting more opportunity for more people to build their technologies.
It's so well aligned. Like, the missions are so perfect, right? And it's so great to see there's so much energy coming out of Overlooked. And so, it's great to see them getting the recognition they deserve.
Yeah, absolutely. They're great champions. And if anyone's on Twitter, if you ever get a chance, check a look at that. They're 2 founding partners for what they're doing, and just the overall Overlooked team. But it's really, really cool to see it. And it's definitely needed because more funding opportunities, especially for underrepresented founders. That's how we create, a real tech hub, and making sure that all Ohioans have this opportunity. So really great work by them. We'll link that story, as I mentioned, in the comments. And then our third and final story, Naveed, is around state government, which is kind of an early plug for our Wednesday, May 18th GovTech Summit, which is our annual government, public affairs, government sector technology gathering. And this is how Ohio is taking high-tech approach to solving violent crimes. And this comes from WLWT in Cincinnati, which we'll also link in the comments. But last week, Governor Mike DeWine joined Ohio Attorney General Dave Yost and the Ohio State Highway Patrol Superintendent to announce a joint initiative that will give local law enforcement officers increased access to technology to help them ID criminals responsible for deadly shootings and other incidents of gun violence in the state. But it's really cool to see when government is able to adopt technologies, use innovation and innovative solutions to tackle some of the problems and hopefully make our communities better and safer. So it's really cool to see government when they get into this tech world, which is obviously, has been a big focus with our state government over the past 3 or 4 years.
There's so much opportunity, right? And it's saving lives. It's actually saving human lives. So it's incredible to see. I know it's been in the works for a while, so it's really great to see it come through.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. So those are the 3 stories. We will link them all below. You can take a look and check them out. As a quick reminder from my end, before we turn it over to Naveed to brag a little bit on Dolr and what the team there are building, the Ohio Tech Summit is coming up in just about 2 weeks, Saturday, April 23rd. We still have a few tickets left at this point. As Naveed, you and I are talking right now, I believe you'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be rocking my Silicon Heartland t-shirt. But it should be a great day in Cleveland and a true celebration of tech across the state. But Naveed, I want to turn it over to you as we have our last couple minutes. Anything that you want to share or promote, or how can people learn more about Dolr?
Go to our website, getdollar.com. And if you can, go to Ohio Tech Day. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. The Ohio Tech Summit coming up real quick. But that's what we have for this week. We hope everyone has a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week. But until then, keep full sending it, Naveed.
Cheers.
See ya. Bye.